We rely heavily on seed treatments and fertility on our planter to give us the opportunity to succeed in a challenging environment that no-till cover crop seeding is. In conventional tillage situation, you generally have warmer soil earlier in the spring. You tend to dry out faster. So that puts us at the opposite of that. We tend to stay wet, we're a little cooler longer, and that creates a real challenge for disease and for pest pressures. And so we rely heavily on seed treatments, basically full spectrum seed treatments, both corn, soybeans, wheat, and even some of our covers, to make sure that we give ourselves the opportunity to succeed in a really tough environment. And that's also why we put fertility on with the planter. We're trying to create that really great situation where that, as soon as that seed starts growing, it's got all the nutrients necessary to it, because it's going to have a challenging life up until it gets above the ground and can really grab the hold of the sunlight to get going.
I think one of the things that, as we look at it from a Valent perspective, is with our sustainable platform, a lot of the things that we have from a seed protection standpoint are based on a biological profile. So I think as we look forward into the future from an agricultural perspective, not only embracing the cultural practices that we have in place today, let's look at applications that are extremely targeted and narrow in their focus, so that we're actually putting the product where it's supposed to be in an extremely targeted and limited environment.
And to me, one of the major reasons why we've been able to incorporate more and more of no-till is the advances in technology that are out there for us to use on the farm. Things like seed treatments that help those seeds when you plant them into those no-till conditions, and maybe the soil is just a little bit cooler, maybe just a little wetter than it would be if you use traditional tillage practices. Those seed treatments have been instrumental in allowing that seed to stay protected while it's in the ground, but also protect that plant as it's coming up out of the soil in maybe less than ideal conditions some of the time.
In agriculture, specifically in a lot of the broadacre agricultural crops that we deal in from a seed protection standpoint, the biggest investment a grower has on an acre basis is their seed. So it's very important to start clean from a field perspective, but also start really healthy from a plant perspective. And the easiest way to do that is to have the proper seed protection on the seed at planting, so that when germination occurs, you have a really strong, vigorous plant growth.
Seed treatments, I wouldn't want to plant soybeans without it. Biologicals are coming on, and we're trying one that is supposedly going to build 40 pounds of nitrogen. So this year we have, on a 60-acre field, check strips where we treated the seed with that, and we've got 12 rows, and then we've got 48 rows without it, and then we've got 12 rows, and then we've got 48 rows without it. One of the advantages of the precision monitoring equipment is we record in the system what is planted where. So when we bring the combine back in, put a different number on that, and it will automatically sort out and then punch the right buttons. It will say, your check strip did this, test strip did this, so we can gauge on, are these biologicals working? I think the biologicals are going to be strong in the future as you modify them to meet your needs.